The New York Rangers AHL affiliate team, the Hartford Wolfpack, will have a bunch of really solid prospects down there this season, and a couple in particular are Will Cooley and Brennan Othmann, who I think should be on the top line down there in the AHL this year, and potentially centered by Johnny Brodzinski. He was the best player down there last year, at least points-wise, you could say. Pretty solid two-way center, had 47 games played last year, 48 points. Johnny is a very solid player, but the two prospects I'm really mainly talking about here is left wing prospect Will Cooley and left wing / right wing prospect Brennan Othmann. Now, Othmann has come out and said at camp, which I already knew this before, but he has come out and said that he can play left or right wing. He's comfortable on either side. Obviously, he's had more experience on the left side, but is definitely more than capable of playing right wing. He played that with the Petes this year a bit as well. So I think having two of your more NHL ready prospects on that top line there, getting number one power play time, getting a ton of ice time overall, being on that top line, getting a lot more experience against some other top lines as well, I think would be the best scenario for both Will Cooley and Othmann. And they're both pretty solid two-way guys as well. Neither of them are like defensive liabilities this year. Othmann's offensive numbers in the OHL dropped a bit, but once he got to the Petes, he really refined his overall two-way game as well. So that was something I was really happy about, being a Petes fan as well. I watched a ton of games this year, and Othmann's overall game definitely got a lot better. Obviously, he also won the OHL championship this year, which I will never stop talking about because I am a Petes fan. So I definitely love that I won there. But overall, his game got a lot better this year, and that was good to see. I mean, that was the main thing with him was, can he work on that defensive side of things when he was drafted? Can he get that overall two-way game at a solid enough level to be NHL ready? And it seems like the two-way game is quite good now, and at least definitely better than it was in the past as well. So that is good to see. He's not going to be a PK1, PK2 kind of guy, but he's at least going to be a good defensive player, can hold his own, and isn't going to be like a liability by any means, like a Panarin, for example. But Will Cooley overall, same thing. Both of them are both really physical, good two-way forwards. Both can score. Both can play make. Cooley's a bit bigger. He's about 6'3", 211 pounds. Othmann is a bit smaller, but still 6 foot, 180 pounds. Plays a bit bigger than that. They're both tough players. Both are feisty. Both got an edge to them as well. So definitely, both are just very solid overall players. I think being on the same line together would be good for them. I mean, they both played in the OHL, both Canadian guys. But the main thing is I think they're just both, they can complement each other quite well. I mean, they're both physical guys, like I said. Both can play, make, score goals. Cooley can kind of sit in front of the net as well on the power play if needed. Play that kind of Kreider role potentially. He's pretty good at tips and screening the goalie and kind of playing around the net there for rebounds and stuff. So that could work out quite good, especially with Othmann's elite one-timer there. He's got a pretty nasty one-timer. So if you're setting that up on the power play with Will Cooley screening, that could work pretty good there on the PP1 side of things. And I think overall, though, if your first line in the AHL is Will Cooley in the left wing, Johnny Brodzinski down the middle, and on the right side of things, you have Brennan Othmann, that could work very well and be very beneficial for their development. I mean, getting a lot of power play one time as well as getting a lot of 5-on-5, first line minutes in the AHL against, the best lines every night pretty much of the other AHL teams could be very good for their development. I think that is the main thing down there in the AHL for these prospects, is getting them better and letting them develop and play and try things out. Obviously, they're going to make mistakes, especially Othmann. He's a rookie, really, to North American pro hockey, so he's going to make some mistakes, but letting them make those mistakes, learn from them, but still get the ice time and power play one time and scoring chances to keep progressing and getting better and going up against, the top couple lines at least every night in the AHL will be very good for them, I think. And overall, I think that's the main thing with the AHL right now for the Rangers is getting these prospects. We have so many prospects this year down in the AHL. I highly recommend watching some games this year. Definitely going to try and go to some games this year when they're playing the Toronto Marlies in Toronto because I am a Canadian Rangers fan. So that'll be a ton of fun to watch, I'm sure. But overall, we just got to hope that Cooley and Othmann can get a lot of ice time in the AHL. Hopefully power play one time. Probably playing with Johnny Brodzinski down the middle, I think, would be quite good. I mean, Brodzinski has been a very solid player this year, had just over a point per game with 48 points in 47 games played. In the NHL last year, had 17 games played, 2 points, nothing crazy. The year before that, had 22 games played in the NHL, 2 points. So he has had some NHL experience. Obviously hasn't had a crazy point totals by any means, but still had that NHL experience. A good, solid veteran two-way center. Had the previous year in 2021 and 2022, had 36 games played, 18 goals, 21 assists, 39 points. So again, had a very good year in 2020, 2021. Had 14 games played, 17 points. So he has been a very good AHL player over the last while, and overall is just a very solid veteran two-way guy. And pretty much every year in the AHL, he's at least been close to a point per game, if not at a point per game or over it. So he's a very good AHL player and definitely could be a very good guy to have down the middle, centering a line of Will Cuylle and Brennan Othmann, two of the top New York Rangers prospects. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please smash the like button and definitely comment down below your guys' thoughts on Brennan Othmann, Will Cuylle, and Johnny Brodzinski being the first line in the AHL for the Hartford Wolfpack this season.